I'm going to show you the fridge whilst it's full for once. So at the top we have the peppers, lettuce, and there's a cabbage there, bacon and sausages for my dad, cauliflower for whoever wants it. There's some salad cress at the back, a punnet of strawberries, an open passata and an open tin of chopped tomatoes, which is me that's done that. There's some chicken breast for my dad. There's 3 lots of eggs because I kept asking for them, and my dad kept getting them even though he knew I had a lot of them. So I don't know why I kept doing it. Some broccoli, some cheese, a punnet of grapes. This was in the fruit, veg and salad pack. Another punnet of grapes that came in a fruit box from M&S, some Batali Light. Then there is a nectarine that I wrapped up because it got slightly damaged and it wasn't ripe and I didn't want it to go off before it ripened, so I wrapped it up. There's some easy peelers. I don't know what's at the back and I don't want to... I think the nectarines. Then we've got, what are these called? Avocados. What's that? Oh, the brown mushrooms, chestnut mushrooms. Normal mushrooms, which I didn't realise we had. A second punnet of grapes that go with them from the same place. The fridge door keeps shut and it never stays open, and I don't know why. There is a filtered there's a filtered milk which lasts about 3 weeks. A Tenzing energy drink which I've just put in for tomorrow. I'm sick of this. It's shut about 4 times on me so far. It used to stay open. Sometimes it stays open, sometimes it doesn't. There is a banana Weetabix drink. There's 2 Alpros. One's got a tiny bit in and one's full. These have been in here for about 2 years. They're probably out of date. There's a full water. There's a bag of white onions. There is another filtered milk. There is some Santini tomatoes. There is a bag of carrots. There's a Lucozade. Some Cadbury's snack thing. These have been in here ages. They've potentially gone off, but we'll try them. There is a cucumber. There's some chicken, maybe enough for a sandwich, a lemon, easy peelers that are gone. They're probably still edible, but they're in there. Tin of chopped tomato puree. This is the salad tray, but there's some onions. We've got so many onions. It's just full of salad, spring onions, celery, apple balsamic vinegar infused beetroot. I've never tried that. Tomatoes. There's probably other stuff in there. There's something there. Oh, we got some. I don't know why I just got excited because I don't actually like olives. I just made it sounding like I was really happy, but I don't like them. In here we've got some monchous, some Boston beans. I'm going to have today, well it's Wednesday now, but it's still Tuesday because I've not been to bed. Boston beans, so I'm going to be having some of them later today. I had a big baked potato last night. With beans and 2 Linda McCartney sausages. There is some sugar snapped peas here. I think there's some lemons under there. A bag of Mary's Pipe potatoes. I think there's a red pepper in there. This one has got a little bit it's about to turn, but hopefully I'll get to use it. I really want some of that. I'm just about to have some of that. Don't like it, but I keep it in hope that I'll drink it. Water and a bit of a mess, so we won't look at that. I've got a sweet in my mouth, so I'm sorry if I'm talking funny. It's not one of them. I did just have one of them though. So I'm going to show you my random Amazon haul. I think this is the most random one I've had today. So firstly, I got some icebreaker sours in watermelon and green apple. Oh, there's 2 different flavours. I didn't realise when I was eating them. It makes sense why some's red and some's green. Never had them, thought I'd get them. Now, if you've been watching my video, you'll know I've been struggling with my skin. And I've decided to stop using my predominant face cream that I use in the day. I've normally got several on the go, but for many weeks now I've predominantly been using one by The Ordinary, and it's just run out and I've got a replacement, but I decided for a couple of weeks to try something else to just see if it is the face cream, because they kind of happened around the same time, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together because, you know, my skin's up and down anyway. So the first thing I picked up was this because it was only £2. It's really hard to eat with the sweet in my mouth because the sweet's making my mouth water. Anyway, so I thought I'd give it a go, but it is a very light moisturiser. And my skin's predominantly dry at the moment. It's dry, it's got breakouts, it's slightly sensitive some days it's not. So I feel like I'd need 2 coats of it. You could probably get this in the pound shop for £1, but I got it for £2. Now this is what I've got on today, and I have got a face full of makeup which I've put on top, so it'd be intriguing to see if it actually makes my makeup slip off, because the most important thing for me when finding a face cream is that my makeup doesn't come off easily. So I have put setting spray on as well, so I don't know if it's going to affect it or not, but this was on offer. It was like £5 or less. I've seen this range so many times when I've been in the shop in Tesco, and I've wanted to try the cleanser mainly, so I'm going to get the toner and the cleanser as well because it's very reasonably priced, and I can always do with a second cleanser anyway. So I have got that on today. I did do a double layer, and then it felt like it weren't going to soak in, and then it just soaked in, and it's full of amazing ingredients. And yeah, that's what I've got on. That's what I've got in my mouth. I've got about the 4th one on the go. I might leave them up here, otherwise I'm going to go through them. And I couldn't find any nail files of the day, even though I've recently bought some. These were about £1.20. My nails are growing super fast. That one was slightly broken, and I found them. And there is my random Amazon haul. Hello, YouTube. I'm here. Been in my room all day. I had time to fake tan. Did I fake tan? No, I didn't. I was going to do it tomorrow, but then I was like, no, I'm going to bath Friday. Watch me have a bath Friday and like go to do it Saturday. But like, no, I'll be having a bath on Tuesday. I'll do it on Wednesday. Yeah, that keeps happening. Yes. You can see my whole outfit. With black leggings that I've rolled up because they're too long, and my pink. You didn't actually see them then, but Vans. It is hot in this house. There's my little cuties. 0 Fs are totally given. She doesn't care. So yeah, I've been in my room all day. I've been awake about 5 hours. Came down, had my main medication. I've not had any of the vitamins because I've not actually eaten, except for like 5 grapes to swallow my main meds with, and painkillers because I was in pain. I'm hungry though. I'm trying to get across the room to open the window, but there's so much crap in this room. I need to stand up, and there isn't room. You should see how much crap next door I've got in the garden. managed to open the window 2 inches and then I almost fell down and killed myself. Didn't really kill myself, that's a little bit dramatic. You know I'm not going to get that song out of my head now. Did anyone else just have the wrong lyrics in the head? Like rude lyrics, sweary lyrics about Mum and Dad and Uncle Bob and Auntie Jean. That was the version I had in my head then. There's another one that comes round. He's already been round. This is probably why this one's not getting any people to go and buy his ice creams. The other one came round about 2 hours ago. Can't remember what song that was, but the other day I couldn't get the song out of my head after he'd been. Now I'm probably not going to get this one out of my head. I'm going to go put some music on. I want to, like... my dad was home in about an hour. So I'm going to do some housework. Oh, I've just left the vac upstairs. I'm going to do everything other than vac. It's in my bedroom. There was a moth in my bedroom the other day and I went to get it to vac it. Because I was innocently walking in my bedroom. I don't know if I've told you this. Like just walking away. This bloody moth, and it was about this sort of time, flew at my head. And my heart rate went through the roof. And I just went and got the vac, and then when I went to vac it up, it flew around my bathroom and disappeared. My dad reckons it went out the window. I reckon it's gone into hiding, ready to pounce at me, which amused my dad. See, the ice cream van didn't get any sales then because the other one's been... so that's why it's in there. Plus it did need vacuum, but I was meant to bring it down and vac, but I haven't. So yeah, my dad will be about an hour to an hour and a half. My car's outside, like it went 6 days ago and it's back. I've not actually seen it because my dad was like, oh, you can see it, and I'm like, well, I can see part of it but the rest is like hidden behind the hedge, and it was actually the other side. But my whole car's been buffed as well, so my whole car has actually been done, and it was so cheap. Like if I'd gone anywhere else it would have been triple. And another reason why I get it cheaper, because I would get it cheaper than anywhere else anyway, but the other reason I get it cheaper is because my dad does something for him that isn't cheaply as well. So that means I saved a lot of money. It should have cost 4 figures and it cost 3. Like massively, nowhere near the 4-figure mark anyway. And he's buffed it all. He's done my passenger mirror because a car hit that. It wasn't really badly damaged, but it actually needed to be repainted. The other mirror has been hit slightly, but he managed to get that out without having to paint it. Then he did above the wheel arch, which I don't actually have a picture of, and I don't think my dad took a picture even though I asked him to. But I remember when I noticed it, I actually filmed it away from my house. So if I've still got the footage on my phone, I'll insert it into a vlog. Maybe this one, I don't know. If I'm going to insert it in this one, it'll be next. And then, so he's done that. He said it was a lot worse than he was expecting. So obviously my dad described it a lot worse. Not as bad as it was, but it wasn't actually super bad. When you looked at it, you'd be like, oh, it's not that bad, because it wasn't. Compared to how bad it could have been, it was nothing. Obviously, I wouldn't have been happy if I didn't have someone who does it super cheaply for me. Obviously, I'd be like, you know, I shouldn't have to pay for what other people have done, but that's what happens in life. People hit things and they just don't stop. And then he also did the front wing slightly above the wheel arch. So I know if it had gone anywhere else it'd be easily 4 figures, and they would have done other bits, because I said don't do all the little bits on it, because there's not really nothing major bit wise, but you know, you get the little odd scratch here and there just from other cars and stuff. And because it's white they don't actually show up, so I might get a white car again. Anyway, I was like, don't do everything because I'm not planning on keeping it forever. I was going to change it this year, but because of what's happened, like lockdown and everything, and I've not even been in my car since March, it's May now. Like, I've been out twice. Once I went to get bloods done, as you'll know, and the other time I went to the shop and got pet diesel and stuff. That was ages ago. So I've not really been driving it, so I'm not gonna change it this year. Famous last words, because watch me change it in about a month's time. There's no plans to change it, but then again, I never plan it. I just see a car I like, test drive it and get it. That's generally what happens. So I must avoid going to car showrooms and looking online. If I start looking online, it means I'm going to get something, and I don't really need anything, so I'm going to keep it till next year, because I did plan on getting rid of it at the end of this year, but because I've not driven it, and I probably won't be driving it much for a while, I'm going to keep it a little bit longer. But I just didn't want every tiny little thing doing, and you can't even see anything unless you get super close, because everyone gets those little scratches here and there, and that's all that's left. But if I was keeping it, say it was brand new or like a year old, I'd be like, yeah, do everything. Probably would have had it longer, but there you go. And he always does a really good job, and I've not been outside because I weren't dressed, and I went upstairs and I was going to tan, and then I sat there for ages, and I was like, no, don't tan, because then you'll end up taking 20 minutes to tan, then you'll stand around for 20 minutes, then you'll do your makeup, and then you'll put something on that you don't really want to wear, because obviously I have tan on. So I thought, do it tomorrow, and then I thought, well, I'll be having a bath Friday, it'll come off, but I might make myself tan, because then at least I'll be tanned. So we'll see if I do it or not. So I finally put this on, because I was like, do you know what, I'm going to keep it, because I know if I send it back because it's not in stock, I'll then decide that I wanted it and it's the worst thing that I've done. So I've got it on with leggings, and I've got it on with my new Vans. And do you know, these Vans got on for 28 with 20% off. Then the hold on, so I was just thinking of something. Then they went actually, I need to check something in a second. Then they went up to £40, but they say they're originally 54. I'm thinking I wouldn't pay £40 for these. I put them in my wish list when they were 28, and I was umming and ahhing over them, and then the 20% went on. I was like, I'm definitely getting them. So I put them on for the first time. I had to lace them up from the bottom. It took me ages because I like to lace them a certain way. So they're laced up now, and I've got them on because I just wear slippers all the time, and I'm like, put some bloody shoes on. So I've got them on, and it's a similar pink to that. So I thought, I'm going to put this on. I've just ordered a pair of cycling shorts. I used to have 1 or 2 pairs, and I don't know where they are. I feel like I threw 1 pair out, even though I'd never worn them, because they're a little bit see-through. But they're going to be under this, so I've just ordered another pair, and I think they were like £4.40 and free delivery on eBay. So we'll see how see-through they are. But it is such a hot day today, like I'm hot in this. I feel like I need to get some dresses. Well, not that my dress look goes very well, does it? When I'm really trying to buy dresses, they always look bad on me. Like, I've sent 2 back. I need to send the other one back, but I need to try on, do you know those trousers that I got? And I said I need to try them on with wedges. I still haven't done that, and they came together, so if I send the dress back, I have to send the trousers if they're going back. So I need to try them on with the wedges, which actually know where they are. They were where I thought they were. So next time I go upstairs, I need to try and remember to take them up. And do you know what? The other week, I don't know why I'm having a long chat, I'm meant to be doing stuff. The other week, I accidentally shaved part of my arms. I need the razor to show you how I accidentally did that. I didn't have the normal razor bit on my arm. I turned it round, and it's a new razor. It's by Friction Free Shaving FFS, and I got it on Boots. Then discovered you can buy it with 4 cartridges for the same price. and you can get a monthly subscription or a bi-monthly subscription, and that's what I'm going to do, because I'll get a second one for the shower because I keep having to take it upstairs and bring it downstairs. So I turned it round and my arm was itchy, and I also had tan on, so I thought, oh, I'll rub it with the back of the razor and it'll take some of the tan off, because it was the day I was taking my tan off last time. So I did this arm and then I did that arm, and then I was itching the top of my arm with the back of the razor, and I was like, oh God, where's all that hair come from? I didn't have hairy arms, where's it come from? And then I looked down my arm and it had a big chunk of hair missing off my arm. Then I looked at my other one and then I looked at the razor and I was like, you idiot. So then I had to shave my arms because I've got some dark hair on my arms. Some of it's blonde, some of it's dark. And half the time I bleach it. There's a bleach called Jolene. I think it's called Jolene really, but I always call it Jolene. And I always forget to do it, and then every now and then I'm like, oh God, dye your arm hairs, because it's really dark in one place down both sides. So I was like, oh God, what should I do? Instead of thinking, oh, it'll grow back, no one's going to see me because I'm in the house, I shaved both arms basically. And I was a bit like, oh, I don't want to shave it because it's going to come back really thick and it's all going to be really dark and I'm going to hate it, I'm going to regret doing it. And the funny thing is, oh God, right, when I first shaved them, my arms felt super, super weird. Like, it's weird what your arms feel like when you've shaved them, because your hair must act as like a barrier or something, because all of a sudden my arms felt really strange and colder. It was really weird. It took me about 3-4 days for it didn't feel like that. So obviously it does do something. But I expected it to grow back as fast as the leg hair. So I thought in a week's time my arm's probably going to be back to almost the same length it was. And we're about 2 or 3 weeks into it. And the weirdest thing is, some of it's grown through. Well, probably 10%'s gone back to the full length. 20 to 30% is back half the length. Probably 20% is growing through and the rest hasn't started to grow through yet. So I don't know what's going on. And it's funny because the darkest hairs are the ones that have grown through the most. And it looks worse growing through because you've got like the odd dark one. And I feel like it's come back through darker. But that might be because there's hardly any hairs there, so I don't know. So yeah, moral of the story, be careful what you're doing with your razor, because even though you think it's not got a blade on it, it actually has. And I don't know where that razor is. I don't know if it's downstairs or upstairs. If it's downstairs on this floor, it'd be easy to show me. But basically on the back where it's meant to be solid plastic, there's like a little slit and a part of a blade showing, and I don't know what that's there for, but basically that's how I ended up accidentally shaving part of my arms. So then I shaved it all, and now today I've noticed it's growing back a lot more, but the darker ones, I'm not going to show you because I don't really like my arms. My arm hair, oh God, yeah, that. I don't know why I'm sat here chatting, because honestly all I've had today is an energy drink and Weetabix banana. I made an order last night and I'm getting one of them. I've wanted one of them for ages. I think I bought 8 or 9 things. It actually works out cheaper to buy more, because every time I order I get 4 to 5 things, and I'm ordering every 2 to 3 weeks. And I thought, you know, and then it's £3.50 delivery, and I'm ordering every 2 to 3 weeks. And I thought, well, double it, and then you won't need to buy for another 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then you're saving £3.50 on postage. So that's what I did. But I finally got one of them, and it's a bubble bar, so I'll be able to cut it in half. I think I've got 2 bubble bars, 2 bath bombs, 2 mini bubble truffle things, and 2 bath melts, and I know I can break the bubble bars in half, so instead of it being 2 baths it'd be 4 baths, and I think I end up with getting something like 11 baths out of it, or 12 baths, and I have an average of 2 baths a week. Sometimes I'll have a third one when I'm really tired and achy, and I'll part fill it, but I never put anything like that in. I might put some bath salts in, or just a normal bubble bath in. So I'm only going to be using an average of 2 a week. So if I've got 11 or 12 baths worth, it's going to last me a while. I think because I've not eaten, that's what's making me sit around when I do have things to be doing and want to do. I have had a few days where I've struggled, and I wouldn't, because I was thinking about this last night, I wouldn't say I'm down, I'm just struggling with motivation, and I think a lot of it's to do with how unwell I've been. Like, I know I've talked about it and I kind of glossed over it, but I wasn't, like, before I couldn't go to the toilet, like, full on. I wasn't well anyway. I was ill on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then I had the migraine all day Tuesday. Wednesday I woke up with a bit of a migraine, felt really unwell, and as the day went on it became apparent I couldn't go to the toilet. Then I couldn't go for a week, couldn't do anything, and then I was sat on the toilet majority of the evening, majority of all night, into the early hours of the morning. Finally got a couple of hours of broken sleep, but I was in agony because I couldn't go to the toilet. Moving hurt, because if you think your bladder is over full, it's trying to force itself to empty itself, it won't. Your bowel's full, it's trying to force itself, and they're constantly trying to force themselves to work, and they're not working, and then you sat on the toilet for like 18 hours of the 24-hour period. It's exhausting, and I wasn't well in the days leading up to it, and you know, I didn't think of anything of being unwell. I just thought it was my normal illness, and I think that's kind of probably playing into the fact that I can't go to the toilet. But it did wear me out, so even when I eventually was able to go, I know I didn't fully empty everything out. That's the polite way to put it. And then I stopped being able to go Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I took the medication, and then I went Monday night, and then I took more, and I went yesterday morning when I woke up, and again didn't go all day, so I took some before I went to bed last night, and again woke up and went this morning again. So it's not gone back to normal, it's not doing what it's meant to do. There's potentially a blockage and it's re-blocking, I don't know. So I'm going to take another 2 again today, and then I'll try go back onto one which I'm meant to be on, which I've never done since the day I was given them. The first time she gave them me, she told me it's okay, I took 8, it cleared me out, and then everything went back to normal. I didn't take them again until I had the issue again. So I think I'm just going to have 2 today, and then tomorrow I'm going to have 1 every day, even though it's vile. The taste of it, I gag on it every single time. And I'm going to take 1 tomorrow and just see if it makes me go daily. I used to be able to go without any of them, and then obviously it'd all build up over time, and then it'd stop me from going, and I'd be in agony for days and unwell in the days leading up to it, and then I'd be severely unwell whilst I couldn't go. I have ended up in hospital, and I should have gone to hospital, because when it gets to the point where you can't wee, that's when 100% you have to go, and I didn't. And I think even if this whole situation with what's going on in the world right now wasn't going on, I still would have left it to the point I left it. I'd given myself until lunchtime on the Thursday, and that's literally around the time it all decided to happen. I mean, that's why I was running the bath to get in the bath, and obviously before I even got in the bath it did what it needed to do. But since Friday, my body's not been doing what it's meant to be doing, and I don't want to rely on having to take the medication, because I'm fine for months and then that happens. So I also think the lack of movement as well, because obviously one of the things when you are constipated, I mean, it is constipation, but it goes beyond constipation. It goes into impaction. I think that's what it's called. But I think being at home and not moving around, even though I'm moving more now than I was at the beginning, because obviously I was doing 300 to 500 steps a day, and then I've given myself the goal of 2,000 a day, which is a massive step up. And obviously I didn't do that last week, and I think at one point I thought, well, if I get 7,000 done, that's great. And I've not even looked at what I did last week, but this week my goal is 20,000, because I know that I potentially didn't even get to 7 last week, and I don't really know what I did or didn't do. And this week I've just felt a bit like I don't feel 100% in any way. Like, I'm not depressed, like my mood is not super low, like I'm not super down or anything like that, but I've just been struggling with motivation. Like, I've been ready for an hour and I could have done an hour's worth of stuff by now, and I've been chatting on here. I chatted upstairs for ages, and I came down and I sat here and I was like, so I thought I'd film again. I'm going to put some chicken in the oven that I forgot to take out the freezer. It's just a chicken breast, so it's going to just take longer. I'm going to have a massive plate of veg with it because I am hungry. I'm going to have a drink. I have a bit of a sore throat, so I'm going to do a hot honey, lemon and ginger. And I'm probably not going to get anything done tonight, but that's okay. I'm not going to punish myself or make myself do more. If I don't feel up to it, I simply don't feel up to it, and it probably is lack of food. I've had a banana protein shake, that is it, and some sweets. Not many, it takes ages to get through a per drop. They are nice though. But yeah, I'm not really going to actually do anything today, but that's fine. Got some washing I can take upstairs. I've got some ironing to do. I might iron later, I might not, but I'll take the washing up that doesn't need ironing. I need to decide what clothes I'm going to keep as well. Obviously I've decided to take this. I've only just took the tag off. Took it off after I stopped filming when I was upstairs. So I'm obviously keeping this. I've got the tie-dye pink, purple, white top. I don't know if I'm keeping it or not. It's thinner than this, but I like it, but it's longer. And I just don't know. I might wait until the cycling shorts arrive before I decide. But then I've got jeans. I got another pair arrived yesterday because they went in the sale. They went on offer, and they're normally £28. And the ASOS ones that I wear, the make is ASOS own, and then the style is Ridley. If you want to know what jeans I wear and swear by and what fit my body shape amazingly, it's the ASOS Ridley ones. So I got another shade of blue because they dropped to, I think they were either 22 or 19.50, because they were all the shades went on offer, but all for different prices. And then there was 20% off sale items, so I got another 20% off them. So I'm going to see what shade of blue they are and decide A, if I'm going to keep them because I don't need loads of shades of blue, and B, if I do keep them, what other jeans am I going to keep? Because I think I showed you jeans last night without talking, but I showed you the ones that I was going to keep that replaced the pair that got a hole in them last year, and I've not replaced them yet. I'm potentially going to keep the Topshop jeans. There's a shade difference between them. I don't know if it picked up on camera because they do look almost the same colour, but I want to keep the Topshop ones because they were reduced down from 40 to 32, and then they had 20% off. So I got £6.40 off them on top of the £8 discount that was already on them. So I'm 80% sure I'm going to keep them. So I need to decide if I'm going to keep the blue ASOS jeans that I showed you, or the ones that arrived yesterday that had some money off and then 20% off as well, because obviously if I can save, I'll save. And if it's a nice blue, I'll just send the other ones back and keep the Topshop jeans. But then again, oh god, the Topshop jeans are literally skin tight, and I know the ASOS ones are skinny, but there's like that much gap on the ankle where they don't touch, and that really annoys me actually. And the Topshop ones are literally glued to me, so when I tried to take them off, I almost fell over because I can just about take the ASOS ones off stood up. The ASOS ones have got that much gap at the bottom, which honestly does annoy me. And then I put the Topshop ones on and they literally are tight all the way up, which I liked about them. So I need to start deciding what I'm keeping. Obviously I've decided pretty quick, well, I've had them since Wednesday, haven't I, or Thursday. I've decided to keep the Vans because I've got them on. I've decided to keep this, but I've had this 2 or 3 weeks by this point. I've actually more like 3 weeks. And I don't know if I'm going to keep the Pretty Little Thing one, which is tie-dye, but I love it, but it's super, super long. And I sized down once in that. I've sized down in this and it's still super oversized. And I've sized down in that and it's still oversized. So I need to decide if I'm going to keep it, but this I'm keeping it. So I might do that later. Although it's hot, the heating came on. I was in my room, I'm like, God, it's hot. And I went straight in my hair. And the radiator's there, and I'm like, why is this on? And I came down, and it's set on 15 degrees. So obviously it dropped below 15 in the house. I don't know why, because it's roasting. But then again, it's always hot in my room because heat rises. So I've just dropped it down to 9 on the thermostat. I don't think it needs to come on again. I think next time I wash my bedding, I'm going to take the electric blanket off. Last year I didn't take it off until May. I didn't have it on my bed for 2 years, you know. When I moved in, I think I put it on when I first moved in, but I moved in January and I think I took it off around March, and I didn't have it on until last year, and I dug it out and I put it in the washer, because you can put it in the washer because you can detach the plug. And then I had it on last year and then this year. I feel like it doesn't get hot all over like it used to. And I don't know why I'm super chatty today. I've started to edit the next vlog. The vlog that's just gone up today was up and scheduled yesterday, but I need to finish editing whatever video I've got on here, because I always put on the next one ready to edit. I need to edit Sunday's video, but I've not filmed it, so I'm going to film whatever's on here, because I think I've got 2 other videos on here already. But I want to refilm the video that I started to edit and the footage went all funny. I want to like refilm that, even though I use the product, I use it every single day, what it is basically. And I've got makeup on today, so I've used the new face cream. I didn't put a primer on because I forgot. I used Rimmel 25-hour lasting performance perfection, whatever it's called, with the red lid. I used Bare Minerals powder. I think it's actually foundation powder, but I use it as powder. Don't always use that one. I've been using a Revolution one that's white, but it lightens my skin tone massively. And because I've got a tan on, it's only a light tan on my face because it is fading, I didn't want to do that. Then I've got on the Patricia Bright Trio that I've got, where it's a bronzer, highlighter and blush. I did the bronzer all over my face, and then I did it a bit darker there, but I didn't really contour, just put it a bit darker there. I then used the highlighter. Then I used a liquid blush that I've got, and I put a bit too much on, but it's a brownie colour. Then I used my Morphe setting spray. I did it about 3 times because it was so nice. I was like, oh, I like that. Oh, I really like that. Then I went and did my Charlotte Tilbury palette. I've only used 1 shade. Or I used a slightly dark one near my lashes, but I just love my Charlotte Tilbury. I go through phases where every time I do my makeup, I'll put it on for about 2-3 weeks. Obviously at the moment I'm really doing my makeup. Then I won't use it because I don't want it to run out, because it is actually a limited edition palette. I got it for my birthday, not last year. Was it the year before? I think it was. Don't matter when, but it's gorgeous. Then I used my favourite mascara. I curled my lashes. I see people put the curler on, do right next to the lash line, pull it along, curl it again, and then curl it again. I just put it on as close to my lash line as I can get it without faffing around, hold it for 5 seconds, and then do my next one. People sit there for a minute, and I'm like, why? I can always tell when I've done it and when I've not done it. Then I put on the L'Oreal, is it L'Oreal? Million Lash mascara. It's a black body with a gold lid. Then I did my Revolution, what's it called? I think it's called microblading, because it looks like you've microbladed your brows. Then I sprayed my face again with the setting spray and did my neck, because I didn't do my neck earlier. I mainly did my neck. Then I went and got the powder and I powdered my brows lightly, and then I pressed harder at the front, because the front of your brows should always be lighter than the rest. But I didn't really light them as much as I normally lighten them. Then I put lip balm on, which has come off, and I need to start cooking because I'm hungry. And that chicken's going to take longer because I didn't defrost it. But there isn't really an alternative, because I've got my Southern Fried Style chicken pieces by Linda McCartney. I've got Linda McCartney sausages, which would go with, actually I'm going to do that because it would go with veg. Have some gravy on, even though I had them yesterday. Also the other day I got the Linda McCartney mozzarella burgers. Never had them before, and I was looking on Asda before on Friday night. I was like, oh, I'll try them. The thing that does my head in about vegan/vegetarian burgers that are meant to be like meat, they do have a weird taste to it, and so by the time you get to the last couple of bites you're a bit like, but I think I'm gonna have vegetarian sausages, and I'm gonna go and get all my food on, because this person here is hungry and it's making me not want to do anything. I have a bit of a bad back and a bit of a bad hip, and I don't know why, but I'm hungry. I'm seriously hungry. Remembers when I always used to film in here? If you remember that, you've been here a long time, and I don't mean because you've watched any of my back catalogue. I mean because you've used to watch me. All my neighbours must have thought I'd gone away because my car disappeared for 6 days, and now it's back pride of place. My dad probably's not parked it exactly where I have it. He's done a good job, but I need to put it exactly where I have it. It's probably not far out because it looks pretty. Just putting the oven on with some foil and a baking tray. I'm gonna do some veg. I am unbelievably hungry. Actually, I don't feel as hungry as I should, but I definitely need to eat. So I'm gonna have sausages. I might defrost my chicken overnight in the fridge. Then I can have chicken and veg tomorrow. I've got so much veg. It's a bit ridiculous. I don't know what potatoes to add, because I've got Mary's Piper, which make nice mash. Should I do some mash to cheer me up? I'm not massively down. I don't know why I keep making it sound like I'm down. But I might peel a couple of potatoes. Cooking, preheat oven, or boil roast potatoes, chip, fry. Oh, it tells you all different ways how to do them. I might need to put a bit more water in the pan. So I'm going to have a little bit of mash. I'm going to treat myself and have a bit of mash. I can't remember the last time I actually had some mash. This is going to be a long vlog, innit? And I'm going to hate editing it. Hold on, let me stop and start. So basically, if the clip's longer than 7 to 10 minutes, I get a bit annoyed with myself, and I'd filmed for 20, so I stopped it. Right, I need to mash. Well, you don't mash it straight away. I need to peel, not too many, because it's just me, because I think my dad's having salad. I'm definitely gonna have some mash. I'm doing the biggest potato and then a medium potato. Is that enough? When you mash it, it doesn't make that much, does it? Is that enough? Like it's that big and that's the next size down. I might do a third smaller potato. That might be enough mash though. God, it's so hard. I might do this little one. If there's too much mash, I'll just put it in the fridge and have it tomorrow. I don't think there'll be a massive amount too much. Where's the cauliflower? Oh, it's there. I'm sure I saw the cauliflower earlier. So I'm going to finish the cauliflower off. I'm going to have a little bit of carrots, olive carrots. Sorry you can't see me, but I'm only peeling potatoes. So I think I'm going to finish the cauliflower. I'm going to have some Boston beans. Do I need to put them in water or can I? If I can steam them, I'm going to have beans. Boston beans. Mash. Cauliflower. Yeah, I'm not having beans. I'm going to have mash. Cauliflower. Broccoli. Carrots. I think that's it. Or should I have a fifth? Mashed carrots. I'm going to have some beans. I'm going to have 5. So happy when I got this bag of Maris Piper potatoes. A, because it's not a massive bag. Sometimes when you go to the shop and you think, oh, I might get a bag of Maris Pipers so I can have whatever I want to do with the potatoes. It's always a massive bag. I don't know what size bag that was, but it's the perfect size because it doesn't make you think, oh God, I'm going to have bloody roast potatoes every day, because that's normally why I get Maris Pipers, to have roast potatoes. I might do roast potatoes tomorrow, but I'm going to do a healthier version, because what I normally do is I normally put a mixture of lard and beef dripping in a square rectangle tin and warm it up and then like shallow fry them, but I'm going to do it a different way tomorrow. I wish I had some fresh rosemary. I've got some garlic, so I'll put garlic on them and oregano, I think. Unless I've got some dried rosemary, I'm not sure. This big potato's massive. So the trick to doing mash is to cut the potato quite small. You know, so it cooks a lot quicker. Some people cut it even smaller than what I'm about to do. And I've seen people put massive chunks in, but you don't need to put massive chunks in because it takes longer to cook as well. Can't believe I'm having mash and it's like 25 degrees outside and I'm having a roast dinner with sausages, not chicken, because I forgot about the chicken until about half an hour ago. It could have had half an hour of defrost time in the conservatory. I tell you what, it's like an oven in the conservatory. I bet it would half defrosted by now. But it's too late because the veg is going to take half an hour. 20 minutes when it starts to boil. So that's why you put the potatoes in the cold water, because they start slowly cooking as the water heats up as well. And I use the steamer. The only things that I tend to not steam is Brussels sprouts, because they'll go in the bottom pan, and potatoes. Now and then I will steam the Brussels sprouts. They just take quite a considerable amount of time to steam. Well, they take longer than boiling, obviously. But I'm going to be boiling the potatoes. Oh God, I won't be able to mash them in that pan because I've got the pan with no handles on. It's just got those. I always struggle to drain this pan, so I'm going to have to mash in a different pan. More washing up for me. Love it. I'll feel much better once I've actually eaten. I think the reason why I'm not doing anything now is simply because I've got nothing energy wise in my body. Now I'm going to see if I need to do that third potato, and I don't think I do, so this one's going back. That is not Batman. I love Batman. Do you know what? I've not seen Batman Begins in ages. Oh, I've not seen Batman. Do you know the one with oh, I wonder if I've got it. I hope I've got it. Do you know with the song Kiss from a Rose? That Batman, the really colourful one, like with Joker in, and it's really colourful. Is Jim Carrey Joker? I think he is. That's the one I'm talking about, I think. I might put Batman on tonight. I feel like watching a film. That just reminds me of something funny. Most of you might not have even heard of this TV show, but there's a 90s TV show called Fab. And it's my all-time favourite TV show. I used to watch it when I was really young, when I probably shouldn't have been watching it. And it's hilarious. And there's this scene in it. She's got this really ditzy receptionist called Bubble. I mean, I'm like, you don't know how she even got the job because she's a bit simple. And they're doing this thing where they're trying to, I think they're looking for something, and Bubble thinks they're playing charades. And she's like, is it a book or a film? And that just reminded me of it. I don't know why, but is it a book or is it a film? But I absolutely love Fab. The second series is my all-time favourite series, and the last one they did a bit of a piss take one where they to do with the Olympics. God, it's 8 years old. When Patsy and Eddie somehow end up with an Olympic torch. And there's a second episode, and the other episode in it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Safi ends up in prison, and if you don't know who Safi is, it's the daughter of the main character, Eddie. She ends up in prison, and she gets out, and it's funny that she's ended up in prison, to be honest, because she's very straight-laced, everything by the book kind of character. She's the opposite to Eddie, who's this party girl, does whatever she wants, always breaking the rules, doing drugs and stuff. And Safi's the straight-laced, well-behaved, polite, opposite character. My neighbour's going out. And she ends up in prison, and like the start of the film is Eddie turning up late. Eddie's the main character, turning up late to pick her up. And then she moans, and she's like, well, it hardly makes any difference, she's been in here for however long it is anyway, like a couple more hours doesn't matter. And it ends up with like her prison friend that she made in prison coming to stay, and Patsy, Eddie's best friend, owes this person money for drugs, and she ends up holding like them for ransom. And why am I telling you the whole story? Watch it, it is absolutely hilarious. Might dig that out and watch that. I think it's called Absolutely Fabulous, Absolutely Not. It was the last one they ever did before the film. And the film's funny, but it's not Fab at its best, unfortunately. But, yeah. Where is that DVD for the film? I meant to be peeling carrots, but yeah, definitely watch it. I'm not going to film my entire cooking process because I'm going to have to bloody edit this, and I don't want to. Oh god, I love this eyeshadow. So the next thing you'll probably see will be me with the meal, hopefully. Hopefully I remember to show it you.